Stephen A., you bald head scallywag, where were you? And Malika, you shouldn't have said nothing, Malika. You shouldn't have said nothing, Malika, because guess why? I detailed out how y'all do it and the way y'all gonna do it. I detailed it out, Malika. I said statement and leave it alone. And you went up there and read a monotone statement, ma'am.
All right, you guys. So we're going to be taking a listen to what Kwame Brown had to say about Malika Andrews and Stephen A. Smith, and also Shannon Sharpe as well. And we're going to take a listen to Stephen A. Smith's reaction to the Josh Giddey situation. But first, let's touch on Kwame Brown and Malika Andrews for the situation that took place with Josh Giddey, because it turns out Malika Andrews didn't have the same energy that she does with black athletes. So whenever she called out Josh Giddey today, it didn't seem like she had the same energy that she does with other guys like Brandon Miller and Ime Udoka. And Kwame Brown today proceeded to expose Malika Andrews for being handed a script on pretty much what to say, when to say it. And, you know, a lot of us already kind of knew about that, but he kind of gets deeper down into it. And I could be wrong, but in my personal opinion, I feel like Malika Andrews would have not even covered this, or ESPN would have told her to cover it, if a lot of people wasn't giving her the backlash that she received on Twitter and the social media platforms. But go ahead and take a listen to what Kwame Brown had to say. Then we're going to get Stephen A. Smith's reaction. If you guys don't mind dropping a like on the video, that would be highly appreciated. And if you don't mind to share the video out, that would be appreciated as well. But go ahead and take a listen to this, and I'll come back to you guys. Take a listen.
Oh man, Malika, Malika. I said Malika, Malika. Hey, boo boo, you should have stayed quiet. You should have said nothing. You should have did what Stephen A., what Shannon Sharpe, and the rest of it. Quiet. They call it taking the high road. You know, because they say I'm always ranting. That's their new word to validate me. I'm no longer a bust. They don't use that word. They say I'm ranting and I curse. You should have stayed quiet, Malika, Malika. Because Miss Malika, right? When you spoke about all the other black players, when you got backlash from talking about that young brother doing the draft, in his shining moment, you brought up a situation. This ain't have nothing to do with this young man. He wasn't guilty of anything. But yet and still, you brought that up during his draft moment. And guess what you said happened? Guess why you said you did it, ma'am? You said, I did it because I was doing my job. The bosses told me to do it. Remember you said that? And remember when I first came to the internet, I said, y'all some script reading. I won't say that because you're a female and I don't want them to think I'm saying that because you're a female. But I said that y'all are some script reading B words, and I was talking to men. But y'all are some script reading people. So basically, you prove what I said to be right. That you don't have a voice, you don't have it. You get told what to say. You get told an objective to talk about. So then I have to ask your bosses, why are they so quick to talk about a black man's allegations? And why is Josh Giddey not on the docket to be talked about? Why don't good enough to be talked about? Why are y'all getting so giddy when it comes to Josh Giddey? Whoa, that's a bar. Put it in a song, baby. I'm on top right now. Everything that I've been saying for the last 3 years have been playing out. They attacked Kyrie over putting up a feed, sharing a link. He was held to task. They'll pretty woman like Malika Andrews and the rest of these women, and they'll get up there, they'll talk passionate about it. And yes, black women been through some things. They probably had a boyfriend or two that wasn't And some of them rightfully so. But for some reason, in my humble opinion, they got black women thinking they're a monolith. So they go out and they trigger black women based on their past, and they have them thinking that this is something for women. And so they're canceling their men. Us black men up under so much scrutiny, Malika Andrews. Stephen A., you bald head scallywag, where were you? And Malika, you shouldn't have said nothing, Malika. You shouldn't have said nothing, Malika, because guess what? I detailed out how y'all do it and the way y'all gonna do it. I detailed it out, Malika. I said statement and leave it alone. And you went up there and read a monotone statement, ma'am, and you left it alone. It's a shame I'm so right. Because in every other situation, when Kendrick Perkins and anybody tried to talk up for M.A. Doka or any situation, you was frowning up like you were ready to jump through the screen at got doggone. You're not just doing your job. You're up there to make it look like you're fighting for black women's rights while you with a white man. Now, in my black community, that is a damnation for a black man to be with a white woman. We can't even speak up for the black community if we were a white woman. Why is it that we so forgiving to the black woman, especially a half black woman, that we got so many rules on the black man and what we make it black and what we define as black? But this woman that's laying with this boy all day, that's getting a script from a media to talk about black men, this is who we gonna follow? Then shame on us, and we deserve what we get. And with that broken down mentally, that we are following women that seeming to hate black men, and they're not even dating or marrying black men, and they're going on these airways, and you can see the bias. You got killed on Twitter, ma'am. And I think the only reason why you said something is because that mama's cooking came out and said something about you. Now, Stephen A. and all them boys, everybody know they ain't
So yeah, there was a lot there that Kwame Brown had to say about it. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you guys agree with what Kwame Brown said? Do you guys disagree? But now we're going to take a listen to Stephen A. Smith's reaction. So go ahead and take a listen to this, and then I'll close the video out.
That is the case involving Josh Giddey of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, let me say this to all of y'all out there who've been clamoring for me to touch on this subject. Y'all getting on my last damn nerves. Could you try to be responsible? Could you try? That's all I'm asking. What you want Stephen A. to say? Oh, man, where you at, Stephen A.? If this was a brother... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If it was a brother, I would have treated it with the same level of sensitivity. This man, Josh Giddey, is currently being investigated by the National Basketball Association, the NBA, over allegations. We don't know who she was. We don't know how old she was. He's 21. We don't know how old she is. We don't know anything. We know there's an investigation going on. That's all we know. We don't know anything else. You know why Stephen A. hasn't said anything? Because you could get sued, idiots. You don't just go out there running your damn mouth over something this serious. A fight that took place on a basketball court, sure. Allegations where the alleged victim is identified, sure. Where the specification of the crime is illuminated, sure. But this clamoring to comment about something with no information, no definitive facts, you can't do it. You can do it on social media with your troll ass selves. You can do it then because you don't have any real accountability. But why don't you try using your social media accounts and going to Josh Giddey and flat out accusing him and stating it as a point of fact? Make sure you give him your name and address too, because he probably could sue you. You have to wait and see. We don't have all the information. We don't even have the specific allegations in terms of its depth. Again, we don't know how old she is. When you say a minor, what do you mean? Are we talking 16? Are we talking 14? Are we talking 12? What are we talking about? Is she 17, about to turn 18 in a month? But got parents that are pissed off because she was messing with an NBA player? We don't know. There are a whole bunch of things going on. I don't know. I have no clue. If I had a clue, I would have spoke on it. But I don't. And that's why I haven't said anything. And my advice to y'all is to shut the hell up and do the same. The investigation is ongoing. We're going to find out something. And when we find out more information, we'll speak on it. When Josh Giddey was asked, he said he couldn't comment on it. That's what he said. Quote, I understand the question, obviously, but there's no further comment right now. That's what he said. I get the question, guys. I completely understand you guys want to know about it, but just for right now, I don't have anything to say.
So that was Stephen A. Smith and his take on the situation with Josh Giddey. Comment you guys' opinions. Let me know how you guys feel. If you guys made it this far throughout the video, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys don't mind dropping a like before you leave, and let me know how you guys feel. But that's all I got for everybody. I'm out.